Story time with Mr. Kippy. Today I'm talking about cows. This book is called Everywhere the Cow Says Moo by Ellen Slusky Weinstein, illustrated by Kenneth Anderson. That means he drew the pictures. It's published by Boyd's Mills Press. Moo! In English, the dog says, bow wow, bow wow. In Spanish, the dog says, gow ow, gow ow. In French, the dog says, wah, 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 wah. In Japanese, the dog says, wan, 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 wan. But everywhere, the cow says, moo. In English, the frog says, ribbit, ribbit. In Spanish, the frog says, grua, grua. In French, the frog says, qua, qua. In Japanese, the frog says, kiro, kiro. But everywhere, the cow says, moo. In English, the duck says, quack, quack. In Spanish, the duck says, cua, cua. In French, the duck says, quang, quang. In Japanese, the duck says, ga, ga. But everywhere, the cow says, moo. In English, the rooster says, cock-a-doodle-doo. In Spanish, the rooster says, kiki-riki. In French, the rooster says, cocorico. In Japanese, the rooster says, coque, coco. And can you guess what? Everywhere, the cow says, moo. And this shows you how those words are written. Everywhere, the cow says, moo. I'm wearing my cow overalls. Moo. You'll be hearing a lot of that today. Moo. That's the sound cows make. Moo. Moo. Cows. Click, clank, moo. Cows That Type. By Doreen Cronin. Pictures by Betsy Lewin. Published by Simon & Schuster. There's the typewriter. And there are the cows. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. At first he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type, impossible. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk. No eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Cows that type, hens on strike. Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door. We will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. The next morning, he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. And the last page shows the duck diving into the pond. I guess they got that diving board. Click, clack, moo, cows that type. These are the udders. That's where the farmer gets the milk. Mmm, mmm. Once you have the milk, then you can do stuff with it. If you mix chocolate with it, you get chocolate milk. If you churn it, you get butter. Whipped cream. Whipped cream. Whipped cream. Yogurt. I like it with blueberries and some cereal. Ice cream. And now a book. There's a Cow in a Cabbage Patch by Claire Beaton. This book was published by Barefoot Press. There's a cow in a cabbage patch. Moo, moo, moo. She should be in a dairy. What shall we do? There's an owl in a dairy. Twit, twit, twoo. He should be in the old barn. What shall we do? There's a horse in the old barn, and a donkey too. They should be in the stable. What shall we do? There's a rooster in the stable. Cock-a-doodle-doo. He should be in the hen house. What shall we do? There's a pig in the hen house with piglets pink and new. They should be in a pigsty. What shall we do? Tell them all it's dinner time. Then it won't be long till all these naughty animals are back where they belong. There's a dairy and a stable and a hen house and a barn and a pigsty and a cabbage patch. There's a cow in a cabbage patch. Claire Beaton. See you in the library.